and welcome back to Don't You Forget About the 80s, the podcast. You're here with me, Jacob, and my co-host, Brian Cox.
Hello, it's me, Brian Cox. It's amazing. Amazing. I can't wait for the barbers to open again. Look at my... It's just gone too far now.
Hey! Go on, mate! I'm off back to the space centre.
It's amazing. Brilliant. Look at the stars. They're all around us. I was in D-Ream. Things can only get better. It could be a theme tune for right now.
Could be, actually.
Brian Cox. Anyway, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of Don't You Forget About the 80s. And this week we are looking at February 1981 sees the debut release of Spandex Billets.
Spandex Billets, the Angolan goat.
The Angolan goat.
You can only make that out because I don't think it's HD enough. There is a picture of a goat strapped to a bicycle seat.
That belongs to a friend of mine who works in a hospital. I'm not going to say any more than that.
Good idea.
Spandau Ballet. What do you know about Spandau Ballet?
That one with the swan? Black Swan. That's one of them. It's got Natalie Portman in it. Yeah?
I see where you're going now. I'm here all week.
And
Comedy gold.
that's about a lesbian ballet dancer.
It was. That has nothing to do with this band.
I know there is Tony Christie. No? Is that wrong? What's his name?
Is this the way to
That's who that is, isn't it? Oh, bull. What's his name?
Hadley.
Tony Hadley, that's the one.
That's the guy.
Yeah. Singer.
Yep. You know Roman Kemp? The DJ on Capital? His dad, Martin, and his brother Gary.
Yeah.
Steve Norman and John Keeble made up Spandau Ballet. And in February, 27th of February 1981, they released their debut album, Journeys to Glory, with... It was only 8 tracks. Quite a short album for the time.
Oh, right.
Perhaps they ran out of songs for the first album, and then...
They were quite different songs, though.
They were, yeah. There's some really good songs. The opening track to the album, very, very famous, To Cut a Long Story Short, was the song that really sealed Spandau Ballet and brought them to the forefront. Sealed that Top of the Pops performance where they came on wearing all the tartan and the big frilly shirts, and they'd nick their mum's tea towels to wear as scarves. And I'm really sorry. I owe you a massive apology, and you're probably wondering what's going on over there. But I did promise a certain gentleman the opportunity to, if he behaved, to come back and perform in Season 2. And
why did you...
He's about to.
No, he's about to start it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. He's
Pearly King.
He's got it. This is... This is how we get around to the YouTube blog. We get him to do it. That's not how it goes.
Is this how together with duct tape? I didn't ask. I thought it was just a pet. Why is it doing that on the side of the keyboard?
I don't know.
There's a little wheel.
Keyboard.
Standing in the dark, I was waiting.
Oh, that doesn't look like it's going to hold together. It doesn't look very good, does it? Oh, he's got to stop smoking fags. Look at the monkey.
Monkey, turn the handle. That's it. Too fast. Oh, what's going? Stop.
Good grief.
Mate,
Well,
you're just going to...
Your viewers can't see that, but it exploded. It exploded.
He's just lying on the floor.
He's lying motionless. The monkey's just sprinted out the room on fire. Unbelievable.
Anyway, thanks for that. Oh, okay, you're going. Yeah. It's got like a snake.
It's
gone out the door like Casper.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, after that terrible interlude there from our lovely friend the Pearly King,
Yeah.
this week now I'm really pleased. So we've practiced our social distancing and we've managed to get together the interview that we've been waiting for quite a while.
Yes.
Special guest.
Promised starting to do interviews and
and this is the first one.
features.
Using modern technology, we've been able to put that together.
Yep.
So that's coming up very shortly.
That is.
Looking forward to that. And 8 tracks on this album. That track, to cut a long story short.
Yeah, I do know that well.
Second track, Reformation. They're all quite. What's the word I'm looking for? They're quite arty. I think.
Arty?
Yeah, arty.
It's definitely experimental.
Yeah, I'd have said so. Do you know the song Musclebound? Track 4 on side 1.
No.
Dun 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 dun. It always worries me, that song. Work till you're muscle bound, all tired out.
What?
I don't know.
That sounds quite communist.
Yes, kind of.
A communist regime song while you're in the fields.
I can't see spandex billets being.
No, but it gives me that vibe from what you just sang.
It probably does actually. Yeah, I can see that with big sledgehammers.
Sickle and hammer,
yeah, toiling away in the fields, digging up potatoes.
Exactly.
Very large, muscly women.
Yeah,
headscarves.
that's what happened. That is communism.
And Spandau Ballet there in their frilly shirts and
Yeah, Spandau.
tartan.
Spandau? What's a Spandau?
Spandau was a prison, wasn't it? Spandau was a prison in the Second World War.
Is that what it was?
Concentration camp, I think.
Good grief.
Oh no!
You sure?
No,
about that?
it was a weapon. It was a weapon. It was a machine gun, a Spandau. And the Spandau Ballet was when you got shot with the machine gun. It was like the yeah.
you see in all the war films.
That's it. Yeah. When somebody, in a Second World War film, so you pretend to shoot me with a Spandau machine gun. This is what they do, don't they?
What are they?
So normally you'd get shot with. If you got shot with a machine, you drop
Right.
like a sack of spuds, wouldn't you?
Okay.
But in the war
How
films,
quick is it firing?
Like-
Pretty. Okay. Where does the magazine load in?
well, you've got it in. You just pull the trigger.
Okay.
I'm the British Tommy running away from you, you nasty.
I'm not left-handed. This is a left-handed gun.
This is lost it.
Not very ballet-ish, I must say.
No, I'm not standing up, am I? If I was standing up,
I spat everywhere doing that.
that was all over me actually.
Oh.
I didn't really need a shower. The heat is on.
You're lucky this is a video-only podcast at the moment.
Why?
People can see that because we originally started to think, we'll make it audio-only and put it on Spotify and things.
Oh yeah.
That would make no sense to anyone else.
If you're listening on Spotify, I'm wearing
in the future.
I'm wearing a Top Gun original T-shirt
I mean, it's not original.
from the original film. The logo from the original
okay.
film, not
Right.
from the new one. Top
Looks good
Gun.
as well, though.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Maverick's back.
Mm.
And he's 60.
How old is Tom Cruise?
He's like 60 something.
He must be. He must be close to 60.
He's
isn't
really old.
he? Is he?
Yes.
I like Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
I think he's a Marmite actor, isn't he? You either love Tom Cruise or you hate him, and I do like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I do like him. I think he's a cool guy. 57.
Wow.
57.
Wow. He's 4 years older than me. I've got no chance then. If he looks that good at 57. Do you think he's had much work done?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got to have done.
I mean, his teeth are so white, aren't they?
They're very white. He's got one in the middle.
Has he?
It's like all his teeth shifted half an inch that direction. So it looks like he's got teeth in the middle of his mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Seen pictures of him.
Yeah, but how do you know his teeth all shifted?
Oh no, it looks like that.
What, is his
I'm just
mouth
guessing.
made up of tectonic plates?
Could be. All the action that he's been doing. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Tom Cruise has a mouth
See, look.
that's like...
Look at the line of where, like the symmetry of his nose and tooth. His tooth lies in the middle of his mouth.
Oh yeah, it does. Hi, it's me, Tom. Hi. Still a dude. Still like
yeah,
him.
it's true.
So yeah, Spandau Ballet.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were the serious contenders for Duran Duran in that new romantic era battle of the bands.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So would you say it was at the time you were either a Duran Duran fan or a Spandau Ballet
Yeah,
fan?
you were a
with
Durani or a, I
signs?
don't know what the Spandau Ballet fans are called. Spannies?
Spanners. Spanners and Durans.
Duranis.
Is that what they're called?
Duranis, yeah. Duran Duran fans were called Duranis. I was definitely a Durani.
Were you? You're a bit of a tranny when you were young.
Pixie boots. What? I wanted to be Simon Le Bon.
Yeah, okay, cool.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that at all.
Could have been worse. Could have been, I don't know, into someone dreadful like T'Pau.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I will allow that.
I tell you what I saw recently. So you know, like a lot of musicians have been doing videos on YouTube for the fans during the coronavirus crisis, and they've been doing like acoustic sessions and like fans going, "Oh, can you play this?"
Yeah.
Well, I watched Gary Numan. So Gary Numan in his basement has got a recording studio.
Cool. He is still going.
Yeah, what a guy! I know I've got to give credit to the guy. So first of all, one thing I know, I've watched quite a few documentaries about Gary Numan. I know this isn't about Spandau Ballet, but it doesn't matter. He's always had this problem of lacking in self-confidence. Now you wouldn't think it, seeing the kind of guy he is and the music he makes, seeing him on stage, but he massively lacks in self-confidence. And so he's down in his basement. He's got he's got his iPhone. He's got his elder daughter Persia sat with him. I think she's about 18 on this sofa, and he's just got his acoustic guitar. And he keeps saying, "Look, I'm rubbish at this. I'm really not very good, but loads of you asked me to do it, so I'm more than happy to do it because of what's going on at the moment."
Yeah.
And he plays 3 of his songs, acoustic version on the guitar, and it is absolutely brilliant. And she joins in, and it's absolutely brilliant. And off the, I think it's the first album where he's Gary Numan and not Tube by Army, there's a song called Down in the Park, and he plays that on the guitar, and it sounds amazing.
Really?
Fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube, check out Gary Numan Acoustic and put the latest date in, or put April 2020, and it's on there. There's loads and loads of like versions of it, and he sat there on his sofa.
He said he live streams it.
Yeah, he live streams it. It's
Wow, okay.
brilliant, and he's got like the fans. You can see like he says, "Oh, someone's just asked me if I can do this one," so he does something else.
That's really cool.
He's
really cool.
You don't ever associate Gary Numan with being, playing acoustic guitar, but he says I never play the guitar, but I always take it with me on tour, and that's the one time I play an acoustic guitar. But he is really accomplished. He's really, really good. So it's worth. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And he plays it and sings it so well. But he's such a self-depreciating type of guy. He really puts himself down. He keeps saying, "I'm rubbish. I'm no good," and you can see he's not doing it just to be
edgy.
Yeah, he's actually really thinks I am crap at this.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's really, really good. But that's just the kind of person that he is. So
That's brilliant.
check that out.
Yeah, definitely check that out then.
And yeah, if you get the chance as well, get on Spotify. Check out Spandau Ballet, Journeys to Glory. Excellent album. 8 tracks. I say arty, you say experimental. I say listen to it.
Bangers.
Bangers. And on that note...
Well, before we get to that note, I want to try to think of just 5 things between us that we can recommend to an audience of people who are all sat at home, bored,
Yeah.
nothing else to do. What can we recommend as a good thing to do to pass the time without getting outside, without walking around into other people for the sake of it?
Yep.
I think we can come up with a list of 5 things.
Okay, you kick it off then. Number 1.
Number 1, binge watch this podcast.
From the start.
Yeah.
Season 1.
Again. And write a comment on this video and tell us what you think's changed since the beginning. Is it the effort? Have we put less in?
Possibly. Continuity, Mark.
Continuity. That's one thing.
Okay.
Number 2 is do music. I think that's a good idea. I think if you've got any musical instrument in your house, learn it.
And also,
Give it a go.
it's not very difficult to download some kind of recording software, is it?
There's a lot. Yeah, there is a lot out there.
Free software.
Yeah,
like even if
absolutely.
it's simple 4-track,
Yeah.
you can actually make your own. Because we've been doing a lot of our own music
Loads of it.
because we've got pretty good software. But you can download some very simple studio software on your own, just a desktop or a laptop, can't you?
Yeah.
And just record and do like a simple 4-track where you record one track and then another and then...
Oh, I see what you mean. yeah. Most computers will have built-in mics anyway, so laptops will do. Do it that way.
Make a song.
Here's an idea. If you can do that, and you can find demo, so like Ableton is a software you can use a demo for. If you're on Mac, you can use Logic. All these programs. If you can make a 15-second long 80s style jingle,
Send it to us.
we'll use it at the beginning
will.
of our videos.
We will. Absolutely. We'll even make a montage if we get enough of them.
Yeah, we'll just spend an episode listening to all of them.
And we'll critique them. In a good way.
Oh.
In a good way.
Oh no, I'm going to rip people apart if we critique them. If
They
you're
won't
shit,
send
I'm
them
going to
in.
tell you.
They aren't going to send them in, are they, if you do that?
Is that not entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
Yeah. I can't. No, I'll be nice. Send them in. That'll be good.
Send them in. That's the third one.
That's the third. That's 2 in 1. That one is.
Yeah.
What other things could you do?
I would suggest get your vinyl out and play some tracks you've never played before.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Play, if you've got a load of 7-inches, play 2 hours of just the B-sides. You can't play an A-side, you've got to play all the B-sides.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because the B-sides always get forgotten.
They do.
And there's some absolutely magic tracks on the B-sides of singles.
That's good. I like that.
Make yourself a mixtape.
The B-sides.
B-sides, call it the B-sides. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, if you do that, if you make a mixtape of the B-sides, send us in your top 10 B-sides and we'll feature that as well.
Exactly. I like this. This is brilliant.
That could be a special Don't You Forget About the 80s album featuring the best of the
The
B-sides.
viewers' Bs.
Yes. Like it.
So we'll do that. We'll do a bonus episode one week where we do that as well. If we get enough of them. We need one more.
So why don't you ring up a friend from the 80s? Or better still, do a FaceTime with somebody from who you were at school with and talk about the 80s. Talk about what you did at school. Reminisce.
Yes.
The good old days.
Because we want to hear, I want to hear people's stories from the 80s.
So do
That's
I.
my favourite part. And then if that might spur the memory of me and this guy who did this stupid thing at school.
And we want to know about it, don't we?
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Or if there was a rumour that went round your school in the 80s,
Yeah.
tell us what the rumour was.
It's weird because rumours were always they were isolated per school. They never left the school, yet they were the same. People talk to each other from like opposite ends of the country who've never met, and they go, "That's weird. We had the same rumour at our school. That was the 80s for some reason." I don't know why that happened, but I hear about that a lot.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really
Rumours, school rumours. I love school rumours.
They're the best.
We had some like amazing ones at our school.
Yeah, we still need to get some more of those.
We had a rumour that the deputy headmistress at our school, there was a like this flat built in the school, mock flat.
Right.
That was built to teach, because remember in the 80s, like it was still like girls did home economics and boys did metalwork and woodwork.
Oh, of course.
And home economics was just not cooking; it was also like how to make a bed, how to put a baby.
They taught you how to make a bed in school.
How to put a baby in a cot.
What? What?
How to boil a kettle.
How to boil a kettle? They did not teach you how to do that.
Anyway, so we had this mock room that was like a flat that they used to use, and the room.
Oh, they actually did have a mock.
Yeah, it was a mock.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
there was.
I thought that was the room.
No, the class were taken there by the deputy headmistress, and she taught them.
No, dude.
Yes, come in, ladies, and sit down. Today I'm going to show you how to do hospital corners on a bed. Your husband will really appreciate it. Nothing quite like a freshly made bed with hospital corners. He'll come home from a hard day's work at the office or on the lathe, and he'll walk into the bedroom and see the bed crisp and fresh with white linen, and he'll be so happy as you serve up
Was there someone who like
a hot pot for him.
played the male?
I think one of the girls.
Thank you, wife. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, one of the butch girls with the short hair,
Butch girls.
with the boy's haircut.
Right. So what was the rumour?
She lived there.
Wow, I did not expect that.
Miss Schofield, her name was.
Miss Schofield.
She lived in the flat. And if you walked by the school at night, you could see like the light on in the flat, because that's where she was.
She was in there.
She was in there, and she lived there. So she lived in the flat in the school.
That's weird. What if she did?
I don't know. I know that she took me to the headmaster to get the cane for dyeing my hair black. And I didn't get it because the headmaster said, "Well, I don't think that's against school policy."
He didn't think that.
No, he said it's not a corporal punishable offence.
Right. Forget that the cane was a thing.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a slipper at our school.
Oh, it was like phasing out at that point.
Yeah, I think it had gone over to
replacing with softer and softer things.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah, but this was like.
No. I promised you it was like a brick.
I tell you what, it was one of those leather-soled slippers from the 80s.
Yeah.
That stung.
You were just trying to cling on to that. I'm part of the tough generation that got caned. Got
slippered.
by the teacher.
Could have been worse. Could have gone to a private school and got crumpeted or radished.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been worse.
That's not what you think it is at all.
So, yeah, rumours from school.
Cool.
Always a good one. See if you can top Miss Schofield living in the school flat.
Yes. Well, that's our list of 5 things to do during quarantine. Now you can...
Which leads us very nicely on to our interview this week. And hope you enjoy it, and look forward to seeing you again on episode 3 of Don't You Forget About the 80s.
Yeah.
First of all, a very warm welcome to our special guest to the channel this week. Craig, welcome to Don't You Forget About the 80s.
Yeah. It's good to be with you. It's really good to thank you for the invitation.
No, it's great. It's great to have you here as well. So, first of all, do you want to do a bit of an introduction? Because we know who you are, but of course the viewers won't have any idea who you are.
No, so. my name's Craig. I'm really known as Reverend Craig because I'm the Vicar of Shottery and Bishopton for my sins. But yeah, it's a job I enjoy doing. It's a people job. And I love it. I've been here. Well, it'd be a year in June, so that's incredible. But yeah, I love it, and I love vicaring.
How long have you been a vicar for?
I've been a vicar 15 years.
Really?
Yeah, but prior to that, I used to work full time anyway for the Church of England as a youth and children's worker.
Oh, okay.
And I did that for sort of 20 years before I got ordained. So I've been working for the Church of England full time for a long time.
Yeah.
My mid-20s, really.
Wow.
And
So
yeah,
quite
I love
a
it. I
record.
love it. I love it.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Okay, so are you a reverend?
I am.
So
I am a reverend.
what is a reverend then?
Yeah.
A reverend is technically anyone who is ordained in the church.
Right.
That's the title they carry, and it's very complicated. There are millions of titles for different types of ordained people who have these collars around their necks.
Yeah.
But they are all still reverends. Even as a bishop, you're still a reverend.
Oh, okay.
As a bishop, you're a right reverend. There you go. That's really important.
It's like a
isn't it?
Yorkshireman.
You're a right reverend, aren't you?
I'm glad
Well,
the
I'm
North
just
Coast are
Back
Right
up north,
in the
back up
backside.
north again.
But yeah, I'm a reverend, and that's the title for a vicar, really, an ordained. means.
So we're obviously we're filming this when we're all caught up in the midst of this horrible pandemic, and I think we're at a point now where we might be seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. But of course, on Don't You Forget About the 80s, we always ask the relevant big issue topic questions. We dig deep into the issues. Yeah. So very, very special question for you. Have you resorted to cutting your own hair yet?
No, I haven't. Although my wife has.
Your wife
and you can
cut your
probably
hair?
tell because there's bits missing everywhere.
What did she use, scissors and comb, or did you actually get clippers out? Or
No, well, it's funny actually because years ago she used to always cut my hair, and it used to always look like yours, Paul. When
I'm glad you went for.
and then I started.
mine.
Then I started thinking, I need it doing professionally. So I started having it done, and actually have it done by these guys a couple of guys in town here.
yeah.
Who were sort of Turkish place.
Ah, right. Yeah.
You know the place? Yeah.
Yeah, we know the one.
Well, they do it, and they pamper you while you're in there. They give you a back massage and everything. When you're in there.
Yeah, you went there, didn't you?
Not to that one, I didn't. I didn't get a back massage.
But over this time, of course, my wife's got the clippers out again. So yeah.
So you didn't resort to going for like the 80s look then? You've just kept it nice and short and neat. I thought you'd gone for a mullet.
No mullets.
Yeah.
No 80s mullets there.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, maybe we ought to start a fashion, Paul. Maybe we ought to.
You'd be the only two.
A few rednecks from America.
Yeah, I them as well.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm going to talk a little bit about Live Aid later on.
We are.
But I was watching some clips again the other week from Live Aid, and it was seeing Bono there, with his tight leather trousers and his mullet.
He did,
Such a fashion icon, wasn't
in fact, I was listening to Rattle and Hum the other week, and I looked at the inside sleeve and I thought he had a haircut to be jealous of.
Haircut to be jealous of.
He had very thick, lustrous hair.
Indeed, it was all the rage, wasn't it?
So anyway, let me pose a question to you, Craig.
Yeah.
A question that we put to all our guests. So imagine the situation. You're allowed to organise your own 80s festival. Money and location, no object. You've got an unlimited budget. You can have it wherever you want in the world. What would your lineup of five bands be, and why? And who would open, and who would be your main act?
Oh, well, that is a really. I've tried thinking about this one, and I've got me five. I don't know who would open. I mean, my five would be Queen, certainly, because they've always been probably one of my favourite bands of all time. Yeah. After the Beatles, but they were the 60s.
Yeah.
So Queen would be there. U2, of course, just mentioned Bono, would be there. I'll tell you about a band I used to love, and that was King. Do you remember King of the 80s?
King from Coventry.
Paul King.
Local band.
Yeah, from Coventry.
Yeah.
And I saw those live as well.
Did you?
In the 80s. Yeah, I went to see them. And I used to love them. I used to love Paul King and his mates.
Where did you see them?
I saw them. Now, where was it? I think it was in Stoke.
Really?
I think it was Stoke, Hanley, somewhere like that. When I was a kid. Loved them. Absolutely loved them.
Doc Martens and Tartan was there.
Yeah, it was. The Doc Martens, sprayed Doc Martens,
yeah,
weren't they?
sprayed Doc Martens, yeah.
The tartan, short trousers, long hair.
Yeah.
So unusual.
Yeah, they were.
And Love and Pride, of course, that single.
The big single.
Never made number one. Never made number one, did it? Yeah, all around. Whoa.
Screwing a
That's
What's that?
what my heart. Yeah, brilliant.
Like that.
Never made number one. Never made number one. Got to number two. But I'd have them in there because I just loved them.
Yeah.
Another band with Tears for Fears, who actually recorded my favourite song of the 80s, which I'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
And also, I think I'd have Madonna.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Controversial.
Why? Because I just fancied it. It was simple as that.
As she was in the 80s or as she is now?
As the 80s, definitely.
Oh, yeah, because she's gone for that whole, like, old Madam X granny look, hasn't she?
Oh, yeah,
It doesn't work.
Not so keen now.
Really.
Not so keen now. Now she's 80. But I mean, in the 80s, of course, you know, that it was just, you know, kept me awake at night. But who would open? Oh, my goodness me. I think I'd have to have Queen ending it. Queen would finish top of the bill,
That'd be your main act.
You would be my main act. And I reckon, I don't know, maybe King. Maybe I'd start them off. Yeah, come on, get them on.
Good choice.
Yeah, so they'd be my 5.
And so you talked about Tears for Fears, and is Tears for Fears? So I was going to go on to ask you what is your favourite song from the 80s?
Yeah. Really hard, isn't it? Really hard because there were so many great tracks of the 80s, great music of the 80s.
Yeah.
But I would go for, you know, Everyone Wants to Rule the World. And that was really my favourite, no question. Because when I thought about that, I thought, without any doubt, that was the one that came to my mind. Everybody wants to rule the world. And I think the reason why, I mean, that song came out in 85. And it was the year of Live Aid. And that whole summer, you know, I was 20 years of age, had the world at my feet, you know, at Live Aid. It was a really lovely summer weather-wise. And every pub that I went into at that stage, that song was being played. It seemed to just be there all the time. Although it never got to number one. Again, another one never got to number one.
And would you put that over Mad World and Pale Shelter then?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So Mad World's a great track. I love Mad World. Been covered, of course, hasn't it, by
several times. Yeah.
Really well. But it's just for me that the tune, the melody. It's just, you know, when those opening chords strike up, you know, that ding it, it's just there, isn't it? It just evokes 1985 to me.
And I think that's one of the big things about a lot of those big tracks from the 1980s. You could easily do an intros game and play probably the top 20 songs in the 1980s, and you'd get them instantly just from the intros.
You would. See, I was thinking of that other cracking one, isn't it? Which is that Human Leagues, you know, Don't You Want Me? You know?
Yeah.
But those opening chords, again, you know, that ding, 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 ding. You've got it, haven't you, straight away?
Yeah, straight away. Yeah.
It's so distinctive.
Okay.
But that would be my one, I think. No question about it.
Good choice. Like Tears for Fears, great band.
Look, great band.
And of course they're still going, aren't they? I know
they are still going. In fact, I was looking at them on YouTube. There was a video they posted singing that song.
Yeah.
As they are now, you know, they climb up on the stage with their Zimmer frames, you know.
But they both look really good, though, don't they?
They do look all right, don't they?
They do. They've aged
I mean,
pretty well.
Kurt Smith with short hair.
Yeah,
I mean, the other one, Roland, of course, still got the long hair, but it looks all right.
I always used to try and imitate the. Do you remember the Mad World video?
Oh yeah.
And that dance that he did in the background, that really weird arm swinging dance.
Yeah, it was all sort of.
Yeah. I used to go and try and do that at school discos, and everybody would look at me thinking, "What on earth is he doing?"
What were you doing?
I was trying to be Roland Orzabal, isn't it his name?
Orzabal, yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt Smith. Yeah, so, good couple. From Bath, I think they came from. I think they came from Bath.
Is it Bath or Bath?
It's Bath where I come from, mate. From the north.
Which is better, vinyl or digital download?
Oh, what? Oh, who says what's better? I mean, I prefer. I mean, I've still got a lot of vinyl.
Yeah.
And there was nothing like getting that LP, was there? Remember when you used to go and get the LP with the covers? They were iconic, some of them, weren't they? And you don't get that now, do you?
No.
But but I still think digital for me is the way. I mean, it's just so convenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got Apple Music I use, and I just love live streaming it in the car
Yeah, yeah.
or whenever. Anything you like,
You're
put it on.
absolutely right. For convenience, I mean, we're both big Spotify users, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, I love
like
it.
I say, but I still cannot go away from. For me, vinyl is still the best. Still.
Yeah.
Can't play a vinyl in your car though.
Yeah, you can. You just put a
Have I got
turntable,
the wrong attitude?
turntable
Right.
on the
Turntable by the
dashboard.
side of you or in the back.
In the passenger seat.
Yeah, big speakers on the seat.
Wife, you're in the back today. I've got vinyl in front.
But it's sort of like a sort of cult thing, isn't it now? Vinyl. You know, you get vinyl markets and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It's good.
people
Hang on to your
collectors.
vinyl, Craig. Hang on to
Huh?
it. Hang on to your vinyl,
What?
mate. It's worth money.
Yeah, it's a bit like your
bucks
clothes,
now.
isn't it?
So
Like your clothes, isn't it? Hang on to them, Paul. Well, they
let's
might be
move
out of
on
fashion-
to.
out
Let's
of
move
fashion
on
now, but they'll
to.
come back in. Hey, what?
Let's move on to Live Aid.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
this is
This
the
is
one.
the story I've been longing for you to impart to us because you were there.
well, yeah, I was.
So tell us about your Live Aid experience.
Well, where do you want to start, man? I mean, how long have I got? It's I still can't believe it. I've still got I should have bought my T-shirt. I've got it next door in my wardrobe, the one I bought on the day, and there was only 100,000 of those printed, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I've kept that. I've got that. But I mean, the whole Live Aid thing started, you know, the night before. In that we nearly lost the tickets, you know, because we were staying at a friend's house in Watford, and Sue and I were camping in the garden in a tent on the 12th of July, and we went for a beer, and we thought we'd take the Live Aid tickets, don't leave them in the tent, you know, for goodness sake. So we took them, and we were in this beer garden. It was a lovely evening that night, and we came back to the house and had a cup of coffee, and Sue went, "Oh God, no!" She said, "What?" She said, "I've left the Live Aid tickets in my purse in the beer garden." So we legged it like mad round to this pub and oh, goodness me, there they were. No one had touched them.
Really?
The purse was still there, and you think, God, man, that was close. And it could have been a different story, couldn't it? Completely.
Could have been, yeah.
But I never forget, we got there the morning of Live Aid outside the iconic Wembley Stadium as it was then, queuing up to go in. And I think the doors opened at 10 o'clock. Because the concert started at 12, and
Right.
I think it was Prince Charles and Lady Diana, as she was then,
Yeah.
were due to sort of welcome everybody and all that sort of stuff at 12. So they let us in 2 hours before. And I never forget, once the doors opened, we all just flooded in because it was everyone for themselves, you see. They had this, on the pitch, they had this tarpaulin on the pitch. So it was you just get up to the front as close as you can. So we all were running down the middle of the pitch, and it was weird because running down the middle of Wembley Stadium, looking at the towers at the side of it, and I'm saying to Sue, "Bloody hell, not many people, do this."
Wembley.
Yeah, amazing.
Shoot.
And then we got sort of about a third of the way up, and if you remember the sort of videos and everything of Live Aid, we've got that big mixing
The mixing stage.
with the mixers
Yeah.
on it. We were just literally, as you look at it from the stage, we were just to the right, at the front of the mixing desk there.
Wow.
So really quite close.
Yeah.
Although Freddie Mercury still only looked about that big. But it was amazing. And we got there and we thought, here, we've arrived. And of course, nobody was aware at the time just how much history was being made that day.
Yeah.
About that 10-hour concert as it was. Of course, here and across over at Philadelphia as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But the strange thing was, it got hotter and it got hotter. And I said I was only 20, and I was got a photograph of me in Wembley somewhere, still in one of my albums. And I'm stood there in just my underwear, just my underpants, amongst thousands of young people that were just crowded in. And I've got a T-shirt on my head just to protect the sun. So the T-shirt came off, tied around my head. Got my shades on, just me jocks, with a cigar.
A cigar?
Hey, man.
Well, I was about to say, it sounds like something from a Bear Grylls documentary, but the cigar's completely ruined that.
Surviving Live Aid.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to title
It's
this.
amazing. And there was all these girls and lads that were all just there, And we had our program, we thought, oh my God, who's coming up next, But I got to the point where I thought, I've got to go for a wee.
Oh, yeah?
And I've had a beer, and you're amongst 100,000 people. Going to the loo is no easy task. So I thought, I've got to get right across the pitch, and I've got to go up the side and go find the loos inside somewhere. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to go. And I thought, who am I going to miss here? And I thought, I can't miss U2, and I can't miss Queen, I can't miss, whatever. And I looked down, and I thought, well, if I go now, by the time I get to the loo, I'm going to miss Brian Ferry. So that was the one who, that's the one I sacrificed.
You took the bullet.
You forsook Brian Ferry to get
I forsook Brian Ferry to relieve my bladder. Yeah. But it was amazing. Obviously could hear him, while I was queuing up.
Yeah. He's actually our guest for next week, so...
It's incredible. Stood outside the loo hearing Slave to Love and all this. Thinking I can hear the guy, but I can't see him. And I got back and I thought, well, I just hope I don't need to go again for a while because the people who were coming up, I didn't want to miss any of them.
Yeah.
It was 5 o'clock, Queen came on.
Yeah, of course, we see that now in Bohemian Rhapsody, don't we? Like in the movie, all those scenes, and I guess people who are of Jake's generation, who will know what Live Aid is, but what the significance of it as it was to us. But when you see it in the film like Bohemian Rhapsody, and you see the actual scale of it and how how just massive it was. But like the festivals that you go to now are huge, but we'd never seen anything that big before, had we?
And the thing is, Live Aid started it, didn't it?
You did,
see?
yeah.
The big sort of stadium gigs.
Yeah.
Live Aid. I mean, you had things like Woodstock and stuff, didn't you, in the 60s and all that. But in terms of these big stadiums it was Live Aid that really sort of started it all off.
Fantastic.
And I'll never forget another story was my hero, Paul McCartney, because he a massive Beatle fan. And to see Paul McCartney live was just incredible. And yet when he came on, of course, you remember, you couldn't hear him because it turned out that some wise guy in the sound crew had pulled out some sort of plug on his microphone. And of course, the whole world didn't hear him.
See, some people would say that's a blessing.
Oh, not with Paul. Not with Paul.
He always reminds me of a turtle.
Paul McCartney.
A shell.
Some very odd.
That's Cliff Richard, that is. Chicken neck, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cliff Richard's like Peter Pan, isn't he? Never ages.
He never ages, but he's
Never ages.
pretty young. But amazing. But that was the other story when I thought, McCartney's coming on, and then he started playing, I don't know what it was, Let It Be, I think. And all you could hear was the piano. And nothing.
That's it.
Wow.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
It was a great day. That.
What out of the whole lineup of Live Aid, which was the one act that stood out? I guess I think I know what you're going to say, but who was it that stood out of all the?
Queen stole the show. I mean, I think Freddie Mercury and Queen did steal the show. No question about that. Whether you're a Queen fan or not, just his charisma, the way that he just owned that stadium that day was outstanding. And even the likes of, David Bowie was brilliant, and Bono and all them. And, Michael Jackson. Not Michael Jackson, he did Philadelphia, I think. No,
he
did.
Yeah.
George Michael.
Yeah.
Some of the fantastic artists that day. There was nobody quite like Freddie Mercury, I think, for just killing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely stole the show.
Yeah.
Had us out of his hand.
Super charismatic guy. Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. So I think that was the one, really. That was
Brilliant.
The one. I mean, Quo were great at the beginning because they were starting off, weren't they? So that was just starting off. Duran, but I think they played at Philadelphia.
They did. They played at the American one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you what was good was Phil Collins, actually, because he came on and did his set. And he went off, and afterwards, someone came on and said, what we're going to do now is take Phil Collins to Heathrow, where he's going to get onto Concorde, come over Wembley Stadium a bit later on. He's going to fly straight to Philadelphia and do the same set later on, at the JFK Stadium.
Yeah.
And that was amazing because he did his set, he got off, Concorde came over, which was amazing, flew right over the top. And then we got back to Watford later that night after we'd finished at Wembley and saw Phil Collins do the same set.
Superb.
And of course, then it was an amazing thing to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And of course, Concorde's not flying anymore now, so it wouldn't be possible now.
It would be possible
Fantastic.
now. So there was loads of little stories like that, you know.
Brilliant.
Amazing. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's great to speak to you, knowing that you were actually there. I never went. I watched it on the TV like most people. I couldn't get tickets, so you know, it's.
Well, it was only thanks to our friend Sophie who came with us. Sophie and who queued up overnight, I think, on the pavement outside of a shop in Shrewsbury, and got in the queue and got them. Brilliant. And if she hadn't got them, you know, we wouldn't have been there, would we? But incredible.
Cool.
Incredible
So,
thing.
final question. As you know, this is mostly, well, it's loosely based around vinyl reviews. That's what we try and do before we go off on massive tangents and talk about absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
If there was one album that you would want us to review,
God, it's hard, isn't it?
what would it be?
You may have already reviewed it.
Well, maybe not.
Have you come across Edie Brickell?
No.
Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians, 1988.
Right.
Right, and the album is called Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars.
Okay.
Put it into Spotify. It is phenomenal.
Have you heard of them? No. I've never heard of them.
Edie Brickell
Yeah.
and the New Bohemians. 1988. And
are
the
they
reason...
a UK band?
UK band. They were quite alternative. So that's probably why you might not have heard of them. You know, they never really broke into the mainstream, really, at all. But it was just when I was in college in 87. It was this sort of album which I wore it down, you know, because it was just my college album.
Do you have a copy of it?
I've got a copy of it on vinyl somewhere, and I've got a copy on CD. But if you go on Spotify, brilliant album, alternative album.
Okay, well, we
wonderful.
We would absolutely, definitely review it. If you can dig out the vinyl copy of it, it would be good to get, and we can have it, as we always do. Always have the vinyl album in the background.
I've still got it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've still got it.
Go and have a look.
If not, just draw a picture of it on a piece of card. That'll do.
That'll do.
Oh yeah, okay. I could do that. I could send you it through. Brilliant cover as well. Brilliant album cover. But look it up on Spotify.
Yeah, we'll do
that. On there, Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians.
Right, got it.
1988.
New band for us to look at.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I was going to say, well, do Tears for Fears as well. It was another good album, Songs from the Big Change.
Yeah, that was one of the ones to be done later on. So that is one of the ones we'll be doing. One of the iconic albums from the 80s.
But New Bohemians, that's the Edie Brickell.
Brilliant. We'll go for it.
She was brilliant. Brilliant she was.
So, Craig, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for answering some of our banal questions, or mine anyway, not yours.
Yeah.
And
send me the link.
Sorry?
Send me the link.
Well, we'll send you the link. Yeah, fantastic. And
I'll be following you then.
Yeah, you have to make sure that that there's certain people not watching on some of them. They get a bit.
Oh, great stuff! Yeah, good fun.
A bit close to the knuckle, don't they? Some of the time. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, mate. Cheers, Jacob. Good to see you both.